You won't believe what happens on this live cold call we're going to break down and react to in today's video. The UK's most hated sales trainer. Many of you probably have not heard of him, although he does have 8,700 subscribers, way more than this channel, so make sure to subscribe now if you haven't already. His philosophy is rooted in telling people that their sales process is faulted due to their own parents' misdoing. He's most famous for a prospecting video that went viral on YouTube. That's what we're going to break down in today's video. Before we get into the video, we must acknowledge that there's no one definitive way to cold call. I'm most known for my phrase, the reason I'm calling is insert XYZ. There's a lot of different thoughts around how to start the first 15 seconds of a cold call. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, never ask how they're doing. Hey, are you going to hang up? Hey, do you have 15 seconds? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to say on a cold call, there's a lot of different phrases you can insert to ultimately get your desired outcome, which is setting up a subsequent meeting. I sell software. I've made over 40,000 cold calls, so it's a little different than what the call we're going to react to here today. But ultimately, just know that you're selling time, so you need to figure out what to say in the beginning of the call, be able to succinctly and concisely insert your company's value prop, and then, of course, make the ask for their time. That's most important. I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and check this video out now. The UK's most hated sales trainer. I'm going to put a link to his video in the comments below, so make sure to go check him out after this. Let's go ahead and get into his call. A Wolf of Wall Street advertisement, of course.
Can't close the...
Okay, pretty cool intro here. Make sales.
It's something about the telephone.
So I've watched this video once before this. I didn't write any sort of script here. He appears to be on some sort of either show or with another YouTuber, but they essentially force him into making a cold call, and let's see what happens now.
Oh, that medium that people just find so frightening. And yeah, I mean, now it's fine. I'll phone anyone.
So of course he's going in with a lot of confidence. His first point, a lot of people are frightened to pick up the phone. Are you frightened to pick up the phone? I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn of people saying, hey, I'm new in my sales job. What do I do? How do I get over that initial anxiety or fear of failing or fear of people judging me? Just note that as someone who made 40,000 cold calls, I felt that when I first started as well. I was on a sales floor. You're with a lot of other people. It's very frightening. Just know that it takes 4 to 6 months and you'll really start to get very comfortable. And then after 9 to 12 months, it will be almost therapeutic, sitting back, making calls.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're going to get to phone someone.
Yeah. We're going to get into this cold call.
Well, we're out of time, aren't we?
We could give it a couple. We can always...
Everyone always happy.
So this is the part that I think is funny because it's almost scripted in a way or forced how he acknowledges, hey, I'm not scared to make calls, but then he insinuates, hey, we're out of time. And then the other guy say, no, we're not getting out of here without you making a call. And then, of course, do they answer the phone? Let's see.
A demonstration. This is how to do it.
Well, it may work, it may not. The key to cold calling is not to care what the outcome's going to be.
No attachment to the outcome.
No attachment to the outcome. And I'm not going to talk about me, so we can't reject me. You can only reject the proposition.
He's saying that to make himself feel better. That is a very good point, though. Separate yourself from the outcome. If you don't set the meeting, it's not the end of the world. Your set rate should only be around 15%. So per 100 live conversations, you're only going to set 15 meetings. So keep perspective. And if you're on a downhill stretch right now of not setting meetings, just know that it will pick up. And it's a law of large numbers. And let's see what he says on his cold call to see if you guys want to replicate it or not.
So let's try 07. And if he doesn't answer, I'll do the voicemail. Now, I'll put it on speakerphone so you can't laugh. People have a habit of laughing.
This is how you know it's going to be absolutely absurd.
Hold it in your mic. You got your mic on your shirt there.
Yeah, I'll put it for it. So I'll put it on speakerphone. You're not allowed to laugh. What's his name? Okay. It's Friday afternoon.
He's ready to
Bank
go.
Holiday.
Yeah, he's gone away with the kids.
I'll leave a voicemail cut off if he doesn't.
Before we get into it, make sure to drop a like on this video below. We're having a lot of fun putting out videos each and every day. So I know so many of you who watch this are in sales. So we like to get to the bottom of... I know so many of you who watch this channel are in sales. We're committed to daily sales videos to help you find more success sooner rather than later. It starts with talk tracks just like this.
An answer. Oh, hello. I'm going to be honest with you. This is actually a cold call. Would you like to hang up or let me have 30 seconds?
What would you do? Let me know in the comments down below.
Well, look, okay, so let me have 30 seconds, and if you don't want to talk to me at the end, we can end it there. Sound fair?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
All right, so look, I typically get invited in by managing directors of successful and ambitious companies, but they have the honesty to recognise perhaps sales is a bottleneck to growth, and so they're probably frustrated that their salespeople maybe are not motivated or reluctant to pick up the phone. Others are worried that perhaps that's not an issue, but when they do, if they listen to them, they sound a bit cringeworthy and they think to themselves, you know what, I probably wouldn't want to meet with that person. Or that may not be the case. It could be the fact that you're a little concerned they don't qualify hard enough, and as a result, you're running around kissing frogs, meeting the wrong sort of person, and it's having a knock-on effect. I mean, I get the feeling you're probably going to tell me that none of that applies in your world.
Okay. Powerful string of 30 seconds here. Let's unpack it. So he starts the cold call off by asking for permission, saying, can I have 30 seconds? If you don't like what you hear, then you can hang up. So he gets that verbal agreement to then go into his talk track. His talk track is long-winded. If he were talking to a serious buyer, I think that they would either stop him or hang up. It's hard stretch to think that anyone would give him that much time to go that deep. But his points were fair. They were pretty broad, which I always am an advocate for. Be broad on cold calls. He essentially, it sounds like he's calling a sales leader. He's trying to pitch his sales training service. And he's saying, look, are your salespeople ineffective? Are they scared to pick up the phone? Are they not generating enough pipeline? When they actually do get meetings, are they actually closing the deals? So he's pretty much just saying, is your sales effective or ineffective? Do you struggle with any of these problems? Every business is looking to increase sales. So let's see what the prospect says.
No, I think you can always improve sales, that's for certain, and it's the heartbeat of a business. So yeah, what's that? Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's Benjamin. Sorry, my fault. So, can I just ask a quick question? Of those three things, not picking up the phone, perhaps not engaging decision makers, or perhaps not sounding like they belong, if you could wave a wand and fix one in your business, which would it be?
Yeah, I think it's about activity, actually. So it's about meeting more of the right people.
Talking to more of the right people.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had my 30 seconds. Do you mind if we talk for maybe one more minute?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So he's somewhat pinpointed a metric here. He's somewhat pinpointed a metric of people in the sales force not having enough activity. What are the activities that are most important to prospecting? Cold calling, sending emails, and sending LinkedIn in-mails, or whatever other way you can figure out how to communicate with the prospect. And that's what he's identified as the areas of opportunity. I would have liked to have seen him make the ask for the prospect's time, but he's doing further discovery. Typically, cold calls, you don't get a lot of discovery in, so he is doing a good job uncovering a lot about the prospect's pain, because if they don't have a pain, then there's no point in talking.
Yeah, so when you say the activity, what do you mean exactly? Can you give me an example?
I just mean it's about lead generation and getting to the right people. So yeah, we've got a great offer, but it's about trying to get to those people, so having more warm conversations where we can explore these.
On a side note, when we think about generating warmth in prospecting, pipeline generation, when I think about warmth, number one is interesting moments. In my company, we use Salesforce, and anytime a prospect views our webpage, downloads content, goes to a webinar, that's warmth. Where else is warmth? Lost opportunities or deal dead. Anytime someone has met with your company in the past, didn't end up buying, call them back 3 to 6 months later or whenever down the line. Of course, calling existing customers, that's generating warmth as well. And then anyone who even knows who your company is, who has spoken with you in the past, those are different ways to generate artificial warmth. Because a lot of the time, you're calling completely cold out of the blue.
A little bit like you're doing today. So Benjamin, tell me about you. What do you do? What do you want?
Well, if I
The prospect's got to the point where he's like, dude, what do you want? Tell me what you want.
told you I help fix these problems, and I've helped companies in your sector eliminate some of these forever, I mean, what would you say? Would you say that's something you'd want to explore further?
Yeah, it certainly means.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's pretend I could help your guys get through to more people at the right level, and you believed I could do that. Is there any reason you wouldn't invite me in for half an hour, 45 minutes?
No, absolutely not.
So he did do a good job re-summarizing the problem in a different way. So the prospect felt heard, he sees value in it, and now let's see if he goes in for the ask.
No. Have you got your diary there then?
Okay, he got the meeting, he gets the diary, he writes down the journal entry. What did you guys think of the cold call below? Was that either absolutely clinical or was it a joke? When we started out, it seemed a bit joke-like, but by the end, he set the meeting. Just like we said at the very beginning of the call, there's no one right way to cold call. If your style is a little bit different than other people, maybe that's good because it will actually separate you in the marketplace. I think that this was a great example of someone who has a different approach, was able to actually uncover what is the potential pain the prospect's going through. Oh, the salespeople, they're not generating enough activity, they're not making enough calls. Is that a motivation issue? Is it a lack of training issue? Whatever it is, this guy has told the prospect that he can go and solve it and alleviate it forever. So that's a big deal. That's worth continuing the conversation. Think about your approach here today, how you start off a cold call. You don't necessarily want to copy this, but figure out what style works best with you. I have an entire library of cold call videos on this channel, so go ahead and check that out. Now, if you enjoyed the video, of course, drop a like below. This React video was fun for me. It's nice to go watch other videos with you in real time and react to them. So if you want to see more React videos like this, make sure to drop a like below. If you want to see more React videos like this, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. I had to download OBS and figure out the logistics of getting in on my computer. So now that it's figured out, we can do a lot more videos like this. Just let me know. Of course, subscribe if you have not already. And if you want to connect or ask me any personal questions, reach out on LinkedIn. I will see you in the next video.